Hi, my name is James Pawson. I'm an EMC consultant. I run a test lab called Unit 3 Compliance based in Bradford. I specialise in EMC problem solving and helping people get their products to market. So what is CE marking and why is it important? A lot of customers come to me with a requirement to put a CE mark on their product. The reason they do this is that that is necessary to be able to sell your product in Europe. It's the mark that allows you to go through customs barriers and be able to get your product to the market and to the customers that you need to get it to. So what does the CE mark mean? It doesn't mean China export, which is a common misunderstanding. What it means is that you have assessed your product against all of the relevant directives. EMC is a very important one. Radio testing, if the product has a radio module located within it, and electrical safety. We obviously don't want to electrocute or harm our users in any way. So the specific directives for EMC, we have the EMC directive. Radio equipment, there is the radio equipment directive, and for safety there is the low voltage directive. So why do we have regulations in place? The main reason is to protect the electromagnetic spectrum and its users. The main user is radio equipment. You think about terrestrial radio, TV, mobile phone, satellite communications. They all use a different slice of the electromagnetic spectrum. If the product that you made interferes with any of those services, you can imagine how bad that could look. From a commercial perspective, you wouldn't be able to sell those products. The problem with interference as well is that it's one to many. One device can interfere with a wide range of other devices in a geographical area. So protection of the electromagnetic spectrum is key. That is the main reason we do what we do today. So the directives have something called essential requirements. These are the fundamental basics of what a product needs to do to demonstrate that it complies with that directive. How do we test those fundamental requirements, those essential requirements? The easiest way to do that is to use harmonised standards. There's a large list of harmonised standards published by the European Union that applies to the radio equipment directive, the EMC directive, and the low voltage directive. By testing to these harmonised standards, you get what is called a presumption of conformity. That's a very important phrase. A presumption of conformity gives you just that. By testing to these standards, the assumption is that you then meet the essential requirements of the directive. So how do we test for these harmonised standards? A harmonised standard will have a list of basic standards. The basic standards actually tell you how to carry out the test. So there would be 61000-4-2, for instance, that would tell you how to conduct electrostatic discharge immunity testing. The list goes on.